So now's the time in our service when we turn within. We step apart for a while in consciousness. We lay aside those many things that we may have carried in with us. Any of those regrets or resentments. Any of those worries, doubts, or fears. We set them down. And we begin to breathe. It has been said that if our spiritual practice consisted simply of breathing deeply, it would heal us in body, mind, and spirit. In this moment, as we remember to breathe and experience that life of God and that presence of God, as it moves into us, as it joins with that divine that is already part of us. As we breathe it back out, we gradually become aware that this is not a connection to God. This is God. All is God. The air that we breathe, the lungs that breathe it, the blood that carries it to our beating heart that is also God. The furthest tree on the furthest mountain that gave us the oxygen we breathe is God. The deepest depths of the deepest ocean. The sparkling snow on the highest mountain, all is God. The darkest shadow on the moon, the most distant star. All is God. And we are one. We are one. We may yet carry within us some feeling of separation. Separation from our own divinity, from the truth of who we are. Separation from our brothers and sisters. Separation from Mother Earth and Father Sky. Separation from the time we are in. But in this breath that we breathe, in the immediacy of it, in the intimacy of it, we are reminded we are one. One with God, one with ourselves, one with one another, and one with all that is. bound in the love that is all the universe. Every particle, reaching out to every other particle. The physicists call it gravity, but we call it love. And we feel it tugging at us, pulling us into oneness. How sweet it is to surrender to that pull, that call, that love. To lay down our arms, to tear down our walls. To welcome. And to unconditionally love this life, this universe, this world. This time. And so now, for a moment, we release all those defenses. We open ourselves to the still small voice of God speaking in the depths of our consciousness, rising from the very heart of us, that Christ center of us. And we have our spiritual communion with Spirit. For a moment, in silence. Spirit reaches out to us, nudges us, whispers to us, reminds us in so many ways, great and small, how very much alike we are because we are part of each other. The Christ of us leads us, nudges us, pushes us to be a little more, a little better, a little higher with every breath. When we answer that call, when we follow Spirit's guidance, when we move move ourselves into alignment with the truth, with the oneness, with the love. We find that we have more than we ever knew possible. And that we never really needed those worries and those fears and those doubts and those resentments. After all, for this love, for this great love, for our awareness of our oneness, for each other, and for the Spirit of God living each and every one of us. We give thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. So it is.
spring, summer,